We are all AI stock investors, right? You're watching this video, you're interested in AI stocks, you're probably invested in all of the big names in one way or the other. One thing I like to do is every now and then I like to take a look and see, or if some particular news article crosses my desk and I find that interesting, about what famous Wall Street investors are investing in and what are they doing, what are they selling, and what are they buying. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video, because there's an extremely famous Wall Street investor who has just unloaded every single share that he owns of a particular AI stock and is loading into 5 other AI stocks. Now, we're going to look at that and we're going to talk about, is this a smart move or what have you? So let's jump into this. And what you can take out of this is maybe some moves that you should be looking at, and or do you own any of the 5 AI stocks that this particular investor has bought? Okay, so let's take a look at this. So the famed investor is Stanley Druckenmiller. Great name, by the way. Sold every share of Alphabet, Google, and he just bought 5 AI hardware stocks instead. And the 5 AI hardware stocks that he bought were SanDisk, 1 month up 59+%, 1 year 4,291. Wow. Okay. Micron, 1 month 87, 1 year 906. Seagate, 37% on the 1 month, and on the 1 year 654%. Broadcom, not surprising, 1 month 10, 1 year 86, not doing as well as some of the ones we just mentioned. And ARM Holdings. Okay. And so 1 month 75%, up 176% on the 1 year. Okay. So why would Stanley do this? Well, he did not divulge the reasons that they left Alphabet. Okay, bottom line. So, but he is one of the arguably most closely watched money managers on Wall Street, and his Duquesne family office just gave its followers plenty to chew on. Excuse me. Apologize. Again, exiting every share of Alphabet. Why would he leave Alphabet? That's really my curiosity. I mean, I own Alphabet, and I think it's going to be a significant, player in the continuing AI boom. Has announced fantastic quarterly earnings as we continue to roll along. But I think one clue, if you will, is if you look at the cycle of spending, right, and how the AI spending has gone. Obviously, there's NVIDIA, and to an extent AMD, but the NVIDIAs, the Palantirs of the world, things of that nature. And I think if you kind of look at how the investing community is kind of opening up their eyes to the different opportunities in kind of the AI stack, right? There's NVIDIA, then there's memory, there's infrastructure, there's cabling like Corning, there's power production, kind of like Bloom Energy, things of this nature, right? And I think that's what really I see playing out here is Stanley moving out of Alphabet for their reasons, which we do not know, moving into kind of the next leg of AI spending, where it's not on training enormous models and more on inference. And I've been talking about this for a long time. We are moving into a different phase of AI, and that phase is moving out of training these enormous LLMs, these large language models, if you will, and more on inference and agentic AI. Okay, and I did a video yesterday talking about one of the key companies that's going to benefit from that. It's AMD. AMD, because of how their processors, their CPUs are built, they're more in line to facilitate and handle the types of workloads that inference and agentic AI are going to need as we continue to see these next 2 major waves of AI take off, which is inference and agentic, and moving away from kind of the LLM LLM models, if you will. And so if you kind of look at that, it makes sense, right? It makes sense, that Stanley's really buying picks and shovels. That's a kind of way to think about it. And I don't know if you know where that term comes from. It actually comes from the gold rush, the California and West Coast gold rush back in the beginning of the United States. The people who really got rich were the people who were, facilitating and supplying the picks and shovels to the gold rush people, the people that were actually looking for gold. Those, Levi's was, actually, I don't know if you know that, Levi's was formed back in those days. Okay. So if you kind of take a look at that and the capacity of, okay, inference and agentic AI is the coming wave, it makes sense, right? You've got SanDisk, obviously a key player in kind of facilitation of that. A Micron, obviously one of the biggest leader in memory. And you've got Seagate, again, right there as part of that equation. Broadcom, again, right? And ARM Holdings. So it makes sense in that capacity. It really does. And I think that that's really what we need to lean on is not necessarily what Stanley is doing, and because he's this really famous Wall Street investor, we can take from that. Okay, this is an individual, this is an organization that is extremely well, tied in, very knowledgeable. Probably, it's not insider trading. What I'm trying to the thought that came is probably has insight into a lot more information streams to garner and get from that where they should be making certain plays in the AI infrastructure model. That's what I'm taking from it. I'm like, okay, because I always look at it and go, hey, there's somebody smarter than me in the room, i.e. in this case, Stanley Druckenmiller. I'm like, okay, then I'm going to give that some of my attention, right? And I'm going to take from that some cues is go, okay, that's interesting. Does that mean I want to sell all of my Alphabet? No, not at all. Because I still think, again, major player, right? But I am looking at, okay, should I maybe adding to some of my other holdings, and building some of those out. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm taking from it. So I thought this was really worth repeating and worth doing a video about, because I think, again, my job is how I see it to you is to bring you some, these interesting news pieces and all in the facilitation of how you could be investing in kind of this AI boom and continue to see a tremendous opportunity in investing in that. Okay, so hey, before I let you go, I want to share with you a way you can make even more money in stocks. Look, this is Dell. I don't know if you know, Dell has just been booming recently. So you can see this is Dell Technologies, and you see this right here is a buy alert, and that is a sell alert, by the way. And on that buy alert right there, from there to there, in 8 days, we're up 75%. Okay, so what is this software? It is trading indicator software. It runs on your iPhone. It runs on your Android. It runs on any computer you have. It's literally about $1.10 a day to use. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back refund guarantee, and you can cancel at any time down the road if you want. Okay, literally $1.10. And what it does is it tells you when to buy and when to sell any stock out there. By the way, it also works for crypto. By the way, okay, but it tells you, and this is it working in real time. You see it. 8 days ago, it gave a buy alert for Dell before Dell took off. Look at this. Okay. And it's up 75%. So if you had this software running, you had it, it would have told you to buy Dell right here 8 days ago. You see it. And now it's up 75%. And notice there's been no buy alert yet. No sell alert. Okay. So it's still saying it's still a good hold. And $1,000 bought of Dell 8 days ago would have made you a profit of $752 so far. Okay. So that's how it works. Okay. And so there's a link in the description below, right below this video, for you to go check it out. The prices are cheaper than you see on the screen here. Use that discount code down there by the link. It's SP1. S is in Sam, P is in Paul, 1, SP1. Use that discount code at checkout, and you'll get the discount. Take it to about $1.10 a day. There's your 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee right there in plain English for you. There's also live training every week in the members area. Yeah, live. I have a live coach, not AI, not anything, live training. There's a Discord community where you can be part of the community. All that is there for you. And it's about $1 a day. Okay, so give it a look, give it a try. You have zero risk in this. So links are all down there. Go give her a look. I appreciate you giving me a few minutes, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. See you.